Adobe fined, Digg shuts down again, and an unusual monetization model. This is MacVoices. MacVoices is supported by the MacVoices Slack. Discussions, questions, and answers, and a place to talk tech with your friends. The MacVoices Slack is available to all patrons of MacVoices. Sign up at patreon.com/MacVoices and join in. Staying with the whole graphics world, this is something we've talked about in the past, but Adobe has begrudgingly admitted defeat and agrees to pay $150 million over confusing cancellation fees.
Good.
Yeah, don't want to be too snarky, David, but yeah, I'm not unhappy about this. The funny thing is, though, that at least one article I saw really made a point of saying, but Adobe still doesn't think they did anything wrong.
They have to say that.
Pride.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
But then best to just maybe not say anything at all. And Jeff, I saw you open your mouth. I know you're just itching to comment.
I don't have any opinion on this. Oh my God, Adobe, what is wrong with you? Okay, so this problem has been going on for a long time. Adobe's subscription practices have been unscrupulous at best. And while they make really good products, the way they have managed their subscriptions is horrible. And not like, oh, well, it's a difficult process to sign up. And no, the horrible part is the way once you're in, they have made it incredibly difficult to get out, and they make it incredibly expensive to get out. And they knew what they were doing when they set all this up, and they were still okay with how unethical it appears. And they're like, yeah, doesn't matter. We're big enough. We can do this. And now finally it's like, okay, we just need to make this lawsuit go away. So the terms of this settlement actually really suck. So $75 million goes to the DOJ as a fine. The other $75 million goes to customers. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't. Adobe's going to give people free services that will tally up to $75 million. So the actual cost that Adobe is paying for this settlement is $75 million plus probably a few million more for the processing of keeping track of all of the free services that they're going to give users. They got off so easy with this. And even though I think Adobe makes great products, shame on Adobe for doing this in the first place and for getting off so easily with this settlement.
I'm sorry, Jeff. 75 million is not easy.
It's okay. Emotionally easy. No, I get it. 75 million's a lot, but
it is.
When you look at the total amount, we're paying 150 million. No, they're not. And 75 million is a lot easier to come up with than 150 million.
And who's setting the valuation for that 75 million? And in other words, is that, I don't even know who's deciding how that 75 million is measured?
Well, that will be Adobe, because they set the value on the product subscriptions and services that they offer. And so whatever discounts or freebies their customers get, they'll be able to tally that very well.
Yeah, so they'll value something that's at $1 million, give 75 people access to it, and then that's it. They've satisfied it. Sorry, now it's my turn to get snarky.
I'm okay with snark on this one. I feel like Adobe got off kind of easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brian?
and they're not changing their policies.
Mhm. Yeah.
They're just making it more transparent. Still doesn't mean it's going to be easy to get out of an Adobe subscription.
Yeah. Brian?
Oh, I was just gonna say, just a little tongue in cheek. It's like a hotel, Adobe, California. You know, you can check out anytime you like. You can never leave, at least not without paying a fee.
Fair.
I'll give Brian the last word on that one. That was good. That was good. Guys, we're going to run just a little over because there are just a couple more I want to get to, one of which Webb referenced almost at the top of the show, and that is that Google Fiber is being sold to a private equity firm and will merge, with a cable company.
Either way,
Did anybody else here have Google Fiber?
No, it's limited.
Okay. Yeah, Webb, you were the only one. How do you feel about this? Good, bad?
First of all, I've been very, very satisfied with the Google Fiber service. Okay. I'm on the 1 gigabyte level. They also have a 3, and they also have a 7 or 10. I think they got a huge one. The problem is that my network wiring in the house can't support it. It'll literally burn up the network cables if I use that. Going through my the router and this data switch that I have, just can't keep up with those levels. Knowing Adobe, they never stick around to anything forever. Okay. And by the way, and I'm paying $70.70 a month, 1 gigabit service. And so they raised the price 70 cents, and it was a tax issue. Since I've had it several years, more than 5 years, pre-pandemic, I'll put it that way. So yeah, I've been real pleased with it. Am I surprised? No. Adobe does this all the time. They get into something and then they'll sell it. And in this case, there's a lot of private equity money out there floating around, and they're looking for places to spend it. And if Google can make not just a couple of bucks, but several bucks, you think Adobe has problems, this is fine. I'm not surprised by it. I'm happy with the service that I have. I hope it stays. They're going to raise the price on it because eventually whoever does buy it and they're going to take over my service, they're going to have to say, hey, we just spent $1 bazillion on this. We need to make our money back. So we're going to have to raise you, $30 more a month. So I go from $70 to $100 a month for the service. And it's welcome to the world. It's tough to be grown up. Life's rough. Wear a helmet.
Words of wisdom from Webb Bixby. I like it. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth though, because I have yet to see a PE firm take over an organization, acquire organization, whatever, and the prices go down. In fact, even the prices stay the same. So, I've got one more. Oh,
no, just keep going. Don't read my thing.
Okay, sorry. One more and then a fun one. We announced this, I guess it's been months ago now on the show, and so it's time to announce this too. The Digg is shutting down only 2 months after a highly anticipated return, allegedly because of the amount of bot traffic that they're having to deal with. So the indications are they're going to try to come back. It'll be interesting to see if that happens, but sort of to Webb's point, and none of the articles I read were attributing anything to the Middle Eastern conflicts, but more just the amount of bot traffic that is going on out there. But still, it's the same. It's kind of in the same area. So if you were looking forward to becoming a Digg regular, that's not going to happen right now.
I was in the beta, and then I was a member, and it was looking like it was coming back strong. But yeah, this is sad to hear.
Yeah. Yeah. The last one is just sort of a fun one. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the rock artist Vinnie Vincent. Of Vinnie Vincent's Invasion. He played with Kiss for a while.
Mhm.
He is selling an album for $2 million. Now,
Oh my.
if you if you read the article, though, what's interesting is what he is selling. He is selling the ability to take this album and do with it what you want. You can resell it. You can break it into singles. He's basically giving you the rights to it. He does not give up the copyright, though, and limits the use of his likeness. The article is worth reading just because of the monetization model that he's trying to achieve. Now, do I think it's a little bit outrageous and probably a bit of clickbait? Absolutely. But still, we've talked so much about monetization models. We've talked about the fact that now artists basically are giving away their music almost for free and that they have to tour to try to make money. He's taken a little bit different approach on it. And so I'm going to be anxious to see if this just falls flat on its face or if somebody picks it up and runs with it and maybe takes that model and does something else different with it.
Crazy.
Private equity money.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Webb. You know, Jeff, your eyebrows are going up and down. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to read.
I'm trying to not monopolize the show, Chuck.
No, go for it though. Because I'd love because I know that you and I've had some discussions over monetization.
It's all right. I find this whole thing really interesting. The headlines very clickbaity, but what he's doing, I'm finding it really interesting because the message that goes along with this is I'm tired of the traditional record label music distribution model. And I want to take control over how that happens. And so he's produced a whole album. He wants however many million for this and pay him. And now you get to distribute it how you want. Okay. I find this really interesting. And I'm really curious to see if this business model works out. He does have a fallback because if he doesn't get a person or a group that wants to drop all the money to buy the entire album, he will sell it off track by track.
$200,000 a track.
And that sure seems, well, a lot of money. Sure seems like a much easier figure to come up with than a couple million.
And the other interesting thing is that I'm quoting from the article, payment is expected via the popular online payment platform PayPal. A hard drive containing the masters of the 10 songs will be shipped within 2 weeks of purchase, and a no refunds, no returns policy is in operation.
Okay.
So PayPal is rooting for him so they can get a cut of the action.
Will sell should be will try to sell.
PayPal has those kind of limits. I'm surprised.
I'm betting there was an email that led to a phone call.
Yeah. So take it for what it's. Again, it's just it feels like the world is changing. Everybody's doing things differently because, to Jeff's point, the sand has shifted under their feet. And so some people a lot of people are griping about it. Some people are trying to do something about it or do something different. So kind of like this group, you guys just do things different. Yeah, Eric's laughing. He's trying to figure out whether I mean that in a good way or a bad way. So
Eric's laughing because we haven't told you yet about the cost for us to be here and for your usage rights, $2 million.
Yeah, I'll get right on that, Jeff.
Yeah, or you can sell us separately
Yeah.
and break us up as a set.
I'll sell you guys word by word. How's that?
Oh, wait, I got to say more words then.
Yeah, Eric, why do you think I've been talking so much tonight?
I hadn't realized. Hope it's not too late.
Barry in the chat room says this panel thinks different. Yeah, they act different too, Barry, but that's for after dark. Guys, thank you. We got through almost everything tonight. The ones we left on the table or we can save for another time. But I want to go around the room, let folks know where they can find you when you're not here being sold off piece by piece. So let's just keep the same order. David Ginsburg, thank you for being here. Where can folks connect with you?
Connect with me at InTouchWithIOS at InTouchWithIOS.com, the YouTube channel, YouTube.com/InTouchWithIOS. I am on the Vision Profiles with Marty and Eric on Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. With Tuesdays here, MacVoices Live. Thursdays, we record In Touch with iOS at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the YouTube channel. Fridays, I'm on the Mac Show on the British Tech Network. And Mastodon and Blue Sky is at Dave G65.
Great. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Marty Jencius, thank you for being here as always. Where can folks connect with you?
Many of the same places that Dave just mentioned. First of all, Chuck, thanks for having me here with this group on Tuesday nights. And then also with Dave on Thursday nights, with In Touch with iOS and the British Tech Network on Friday mornings, and the Mac Show when I can make that. If you want to find out the projects that I'm involved in, look at thepodtalk.net. That's the website that carries my, thanks, Brian, carries my podcasts that I'm involved. Just put one out right before the show, another edition of, or another episode of 15-minute bites where, and I this is the challenge that I give Jeff Gamet, although I don't know if he can do it. Peanut butter potato candy.
Send me the recipe.
And it's in the show. It's in the show notes.
Oh, okay. Then I'll go get it. If it's something that I can do, or if it looks like I can modify it to be Jeff safe, I'm game.
Well, anyways,
I'll give it a shot.
Just check out the podtalk.net for shows that are coming up. And I think Barry in the chat room tried to convince me to do another one. Thanks, Barry. So thanks for letting me be here. At Jencius, Jencius. You can find me on the socials.
Thanks, Marty. Brian Flanigan-Arthurs, thank you for being here. Where can folks connect with you?
Hey, thank you. And thank you so much for having me. Best place to connect with me is through my website, brian8944.com. There you can see different projects I'm working on. And in particular, I invite you to check out On the Desk of Brian. A new episode should be coming in the feed on Thursday morning.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Jim Ray, thank you for checking in from under the sea. I think I saw SpongeBob SquarePants go by a little bit earlier. Where can folks find you?
Well, earlier it was indicated that perhaps I was avoiding people contacting me and not, being forthcoming enough. So I want to clear that up. You can get me by email from webmaster@provue.com. Everything's going to be PROVUE.com. You can find me at Mastodon at ProVueJim at techhub.social. I've been hanging out more on Blue Sky. That's also ProVueJim. As I indicated last week, I am on LinkedIn, and I told you I didn't know how you reach me on LinkedIn. I can't figure it out. But if you search for Jim Ray ProVue, that does work. I'm sure there's some more official way to do it, but I don't know what it is. And finally, if you would like to send me a package, maybe a little gift or something, you can send that to 18685-A Main Street, PMB 356, Huntington Beach, California, 92648.
I'm speechless, Jim.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody flood Jim with gifts and presents and requests for favors and anything else you can think of, because he now really wants to hear from you, apparently.
Not really, but
most people
reputation.
Most people just do a GoFundMe, but whatever.
Eric Bolden, you and your friend, I should have said earlier, that's quite a hole he's got going there.
Yeah, it was impressive, and it didn't take very long.
Wow.
The pile of wood chips underneath that hole is truly impressive.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sure you had a headache after that. Where can folks find you?
And for those of you listening, you have no idea.
Yeah, that did come out wrong. Yeah,
not as dirty as it sounds. Yeah.
No,
great visuals for radio.
Yeah. Eric, quick, where can folks find you? Help me out.
Well, I'm going to have a broom and a dustpan underneath this tree, sweeping up, piles of wood chips, I guess. Otherwise, I can be found on Mastodon at EABOLDEN@mas.to. Monday nights, virtual. Well, I guess not really virtually, in real space on Vision Profiles, with Dave and Marty. And Tuesday nights, of course, here on MacVoices Live. Thursdays on In Touch with iOS, kind of progressing through all of the OSs and news of the week.
Excellent. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it. Well, Bixby, I neglected to mention that Vinnie Vincent's album is called Guitarmageddon. So I would expect that you'll be picking up at least a few tracks and using private equity money to fund it.
Well, I was going through the name on some of the tracks, and they're not. I'll just interesting titles for songs. What is it? You go down to the end of the article, and
yeah.
So they're it's very family friendly for $2 million. So, hey, if you want to comment what I just said, you can find me on all the socials. The same handle I use: WebBixby, WEBBIXBY, and I stick with Blue Sky because I like the name. And Chuck sent me the invite.
Thank you, Webb. Really appreciate it. Well, last but not least, he came in late, but he made up for it with comments. Jeff Gamet, thank you for being here. Where can folks find you?
Well, Chuck, when I'm not busy selling my dignity for your profit, you can find me on the various social medias as Jay Gamet. Most active right now on Mastodon and PixelFed and Webb's favorite, Blue Sky. And then for shows here on Tuesdays for MacVoices Live, thanks for putting up with me. Thursdays on Dave's In Touch with iOS. Dave, thank you for putting up with me as well. Then on the British Tech Network, The Big Show and The Mac Show. Since I'm hosting there, everyone just has to accept that they put up with me. Brian Chaffin and I, we do The Context Machine, and then Patrice Brendomore and we do Retro Rewatch.
Excellent. Jeff, thanks so much. Folks, this is MacVoices Live, Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, here at youtube.com/MacVoicesTV, or the episodes get cut up, edited, and put in the feeds to the MacVoices feed. So even if you can't be here, you will get to enjoy both the wisdom and the humor of this group. But it always is better live because you just never know what's going to happen next. Until the next time, and as always, thanks for watching. Visit MacVoices.com for show notes and to connect with Chuck on social media. Get involved in our Facebook group or like our Facebook page, and get more out of your Apple tech with MacVoices Magazine, free on Flipboard and on the web. And if you find value in it all, consider supporting us through either our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MacVoices, or by making a one-time donation via the PayPal link on our front page and in the show notes of each episode.
you will join these fine people who help bring you MacVoices. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media at backbeatmedia.com. Bandwidth provided by CacheFly at cachefly.com.